Hi, Lions. Thanks for joining me for another lesson. We're going to get started with a rhyming activity. Today, we're going to rhyme with ek. Now, remember, we rhyme because if you can think of one word that you're trying to spell that rhymes with another word and you already know how to spell it, it can probably help you spell that new word. Okay, so we're rhyming with ek. So I'll say the first sound, then we say ek, and then I want you to put it together to make a rhyming word. Here we go. Ek. Together. Neck. Neck. Ek. Together. Wreck. Ek. Together. Deck. Ek. Together. Peck. Ek. Together. Check. Now listen to the words. I'm going to say them, and I want you to listen for the part that rhymes. Remember, a rhyme is something that sounds the same at the end. The words were neck, wreck, deck, peck, check. So they all said ek. Good job. That's the rhyming part. Okay. Now we're going to say a word, and then I want you to sound it out, okay? So we'll say the word, and then I want you to tap out the sounds. Why do we do this? This is good practice when you're trying to spell. When you come to a word and you don't know how to spell it, tap out the sounds, and then you use a letter or letters to represent every sound. Okay, let's get going. So the first word is wet. Go ahead and say wet. I got wet in the rain tonight. Okay, tap it. Wet, wet. Good job. Say well, well. I hope you are well, well. Tap it. Well, well. Good job. Say will. Will you join me? Will. Go ahead and tap it or sound it. Will. Good job. Say wig, wig. Tap it. Wig. Good job. Say wag, wag. My dog likes to wag her tail. Wag. Sound it. Wag. Say win. Did you win your baseball game? Tap it. Win. Good job. So that is something that can help you when you're spelling. Stretch those sounds out and then use a letter or letters to represent those sounds. All right, you may not be surprised to find out that the sound we're going to learn today is W. W says W. Together, W. Your turn. Good. And the picture to remind us of the sound of the W makes W is wailing wind. So if you forget what sound W makes, think of the wailing wind. This is a windmill, and the wailing wind is making it spin around. So W says W, like the wailing wind. So I'm going to hang this up. We are definitely running out of room because you have learned so many sounds. Look at that, Lions. Good job. Okay. And we'll keep practicing that until we become automatic with it. All right, let's practice, review our other sounds that we know. S says S. Together, S. Your turn. Good. And that's like the hissing snake. Ooh. C says K. Together, K. Your turn. Tick tock, or kick the can. F says F. Together, F. Your turn. Like flying fish. H says H. Together, H. Your turn. Like the huffing horse. CK says K. Together, K. Your turn. Like kick the can. This says all. Together, all. Your turn. Remember, when you see these three letters together, rather than making every individual sound, we're just going to read it all together and say all. A says ah together. Ah, your turn. Show me the hand signal for ah. Yes, it's like you're picking the apple from the tree. B says b together. B, your turn. Like the batting ball. Where is that? There it is. There's the batting ball. Remember B, you make a stick and then the circle. Okay? Pretend like you have a bat and then the ball. R says r together. R, your turn. Like the racing robot. K says k together. K, your turn. Like kick the can. O says ah together. Ah, your turn. Should be the hand signal for ah. Yes, like the octopus. Way back there. M says together. Your turn. Like the humming monkey. G says g together. G, your turn. Like the gulping goose. P says p together. P, your turn. Like patting pizza. Y in a little word says I together. I, your turn. T says t together. T, your turn. Like the tick-tock clock. I says I together. I, your turn. Show me the hand signal for I. Yes, it's like you have an itch. U says together. Your turn. Like the up arrow. N says together. Your turn. Like nose noise. E says together. Your turn. Show me the hand signal for Yes, it's like the edge of a table. L says together. Your turn. Like the licking lollipop. D says d together. D, your turn. Like the digging dog. Remember, when you make a D, you make a circle and then the stick. Okay, let's practice reading those sounds and words. We'll get lots of practice with our wailing wind sound. Let's go ahead. And I want you to notice, see L, 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 L. You're going to notice when you're spelling words that when you hear the L sound at the end of a word, you're usually going to put two L's. When we spelled words yesterday, we had to put two L's. So I just wanted to point that out in the words we're going to read today. Okay, let's try our wailing wind sound. Wet, wet. Will. And Lions, when we're reading these words, if you ever want to pause your screen and try reading these at your own pace, that's a good idea. Well. I hope you are well. Wall. Wag. Win. Pet. I want us to look at this word pet for a minute. So yesterday we talked about base words and suffixes a little bit. So pet is a base word. That means it's a word all on its own. It doesn't have an ending, pet. But if I were to add S to the end of pet, then we would have pets. That would mean more than one. So pet is the base word. S is a suffix. A suffix is something we add to the end of a base word. And the S suffix means more than one. So instead of one pet, now we have pets more than one. It might be 3, might be 10, it could be 100, maybe if you live on a farm. Pets. Okay, let's read here. Try, try, always try your best. Luck, luck. West, west. Hog, hog. Now let's look at this word. Hog is a base word. I'm going to add S to the end. And now instead of hog, we have hogs. So S is a suffix. It's something we add to the end of a base word, and it makes the word mean more than one. A fancy way of saying that is plural. So hog is one. Hogs is more than one. All right. Okay, we are going to stop there. I just want to remind you of what we learned today. We learned the new sound. We learned that W says W, like the wailing wind. If you forget the sound that W makes, think of the picture of the windmill with the wailing wind making it spin. And we also, this was the second day we've really talked about this, that when you see S at the end of words, usually it's a suffix and it means more than one. That's called plural. So pet is a base word. The S is a suffix. So instead of pet, we now have pets. So more than one. All right, Lions, join me right back here tomorrow. And I have some new heart words to introduce you to. And actually, you're going to join me a minute, take a break, and then we'll finish our lesson together. All right, Lions, I'll see you after a few minutes.